Hey guys, welcome back to another Shake and Make Psych vid. I'm Dom, and yes, by popular demand, I am finally reviewing Obsession 2026. Now, if you came up to me and you go, define obsession in one word, I would probably say terrifying. But if you were to say describe obsession in two words without using the word terrifying, I would probably say really scary. And if you were to ask the other people that were in my theater to describe Obsession, they would probably say a lighthearted romp with some great slapstick comedy. Because oddly enough, it was the strangest theater experience I've ever had. And I just went to the Backrooms movie where a girl took her shoes off. Okay, what is with all these people in these movie theaters taking their shoes off? I look down my row, everyone else's shoes are off and their socks are out. And it smells bad. It does not smell good. So I'm just unsure on when in society we deemed it okay to do that. But beyond everyone's shoes being off in my theater and the odd stench of that, because there is a smell. I guess everybody else just has no like common decency, so that they don't even like notice it anymore. But for someone who doesn't take their shoes off everywhere they go, I tend to notice it a little bit. So aside from that, there was a group of maybe 15 girls in the row in front of me, like the entire row, laughing. And I'm gonna start to get a little bit spoilers here if you guys want to turn it off. But this movie is very, very scary. It's terrifying. It is the scariest movie I've ever seen. And they're laughing. And it made me think maybe in my theater, in my Cinemark, they are starting out this new experimental system where they actually have two theaters built into one. And the lower section is actually watching a different movie because it would make perfect sense. It would actually make more sense to me if you told me that the row in front of me was watching like the new Minions movie on a smaller screen and laughing like that than it would if you told me, oh, they just thought the movie was really funny. Because it's terrifying. I mean, there are funny parts. Like, yes, there are jokes in the movie, and they do land, right? There's some really funny parts in this movie. But they're laughing during like the scariest scene. I'm terrified. I'm actually terrified. This is the scariest movie I've ever seen. I've seen a lot of horror movies, and a lot of them I find kind of boring and kind of stupid. But story wise, this movie's pretty good. It has a really good story, right? The performance is phenomenal. Everyone has a really good performance, especially Nikki, who I think could win an Oscar if it wasn't for the Ryan Gosling in his great film Project Hail Mary. So that's two really good movies, but her performance is really good. And I did see this a week ago, so some of this stuff is kind of not too recent in my mind, but also allows me to share that over the past week, I probably slept with the lights on like 4 out of the 6 nights. Not only because of this, two of the nights were. Night after I saw this movie. It was over at like I got home at like 1. Yeah, I'm sleeping with lights on. I was so scared. The next night I was sleeping with the lights on. I was still scared. And if you want to call me, a pussy bitch boy, I'd probably be. You probably hurt my feelings. I don't think I really want you to call me that, but like you could, right? Because I am really scared for no reason. But there is, it's scary. If you watch this movie, you'll think it's scary, and I struggle to think of other scarier movies. I mean, Conjuring was really scary. Insidious was really scary when I was like 12. But this movie, it is the scariest movie I think I've ever seen. It's scarier than Backrooms, scarier than Passenger, which those two movies aren't even bad. They're pretty good. But this movie is really, really good and it's really scary. And also, I mean, it has inspired a new generation of people on TikTok with zero media literacy. Same thing with Backrooms. If you guys like this video, I might make a Backrooms review because these people online, I mean, like, tell me if I'm wrong here. They don't have any media literacy, and I see so many. I was seeing so many TikToks and reels about like, oh, Bear's the real bad guy. It's like, yeah, like obviously, but then you see some people saying like, no, he's not. He is. You watch the movie, he is. It's not even like hidden, right? It's not this hidden huge thing you have to like really think about. Like he is obviously bad. His actions are bad. He has several parts in this movie where he could make a better choice and he makes the wrong choice. Not even the wish. Some people are mad about him with this wish, and I see videos of people being like, "Oh, he could have said like, oh, I wish I was her type," or I wish she saw me the way I see her, or wish I saw her the way she sees me, like some thought out thing. But if you were to get this thing, like this One Wish Willow, I mean, most people wouldn't believe it works, right? He didn't believe it was gonna work. It was just like that scene at the start when he makes the wish. It's not to show that like he it's not he doesn't think it's gonna work. He thinks it's stupid. He's angry. And what it's really meant to show, what his wish is really meant to show, like I don't think it would be. It's not evil to wish that someone likes you, right? It wouldn't be evil if he just broke it. I wish Nikki liked me, or I wish she gave me a chance, or I wish I was dating her, right? It would be evil. It is bad that he wished that she loved him more than anyone else in the world. That is like the odd thing that like a normal person wouldn't want. That's the meaning of that scene that I took away, right? Not that he's wishing that she likes him, which is normal. If you've ever had a crush on somebody, especially someone like you're friends with who you might be in the friend zone, you're in this weird situation with them, you do wish that they would want you and that they would like you as much as you like them. But for what he said, like I wish she loved me more than anyone else in the world, it just reveals he doesn't want a relationship. He wants not a healthy one. He wants this unhealthy codependent relationship that he ends up getting, right? And then we see time and time again, he's scared of it, but he's not scared about the codependency. He's just scared about her actions that like she's now taking. Like he's just upset that she killed his cat or like cooked his cat. That's why he's upset. He's not upset that she's totally like can't live without him. He likes that. That's why he's a villain. It's not that he made the wish that she would like him. That's a normal wish. That's a wish I would make if I didn't think it was gonna work. And well, his like I said, his type of wish. Like I would have broken it. I wish she liked me. I wish she would give me a chance, right? I wouldn't say I wish she loved me more than anyone else in the world because nobody should ever really want that. Which just goes so yeah, he's like kind of just like an idiot, and he's not really a good person, and he doesn't understand relationships. That's kind of my takeaway. But I mean, none of the people in this movie are really good. Ian's not a good guy. None of these people are good. And people online, I mean, Nikki's like fine. She doesn't really do anything like bad because you don't really see any of her, right? So she's not doing anything like bad. I mean, she Bear's in a weird position with her, but she's not as bad as him. No, he's the worst. And Ian's a dick, right? And he's also a dick for not telling his best friend that he's with Nikki. He's been with Nikki for a couple of years. And then Sarah is like, I liked her, and I don't get why Bear wouldn't have given her a chance. That would have been my move in this situation is, oh, I'm kind of in a bad spot with Nikki, but I know this girl likes me, and I have a good relationship with her, so why not try that out, right? He's just kind of an idiot, you know. But Sarah, yeah, she kind of I don't get why she would want to go out at like 3 a.m. with Bear, and then she kind of thinks Nikki's using him. It's kind of a whole thing. I feel like if I saw someone, well, it'd be different. I mean, if I was a girl and I saw that and I crushed on Bear and I saw that all take place, at the party with like Nikki staring herself in the face, I think I'd wait till morning to talk to Bear about it because like I don't really want to cause any trouble here. You know, that's weird. I'm not stupid. And if I was Ian, I probably wouldn't like I don't know. If I was Ian, I wouldn't have been a dick, and I probably would have just made the like because he didn't believe the witch. I don't know how you don't believe the witch at that point. That's also one of my confusing parts. Like I get it. Like oh, one witch will. It's stupid, right? But we are talking about this girl who just went off the deep end. And up until this point, what Ian knows is that like I assume like she was not into Bear at all. So she was not into Bear at all, going to completely insanely in love and obsessed with him in a matter of weeks. And then Bear shows up and he says, like, yes, I broke this one wish willow. And this is what happened, right? The night after I broke it, right? It's 100% this. Why wouldn't he then say, like, oh, okay, I'll wish that you never made the wish? That kind of worked. I think that would have worked. And then they could have then wished for, because if Bear never made the wish, he gets another wish then. And then they can all wish for $1 billion. And they can all have $1 billion as friends. And then do whatever they want with their life. I just think Bear's like kind of a bum because he also has no aspirations. Aspirations to be a food taster, which like you have to go to culinary school for that. I think you have to be a chef first before you can do that. So he's just kind of an idiot. He really has no true passion in his life. So I feel like people are hating on him for the wrong reason. But yeah, movie, scariest movie I've ever seen. So 10 out of 10 in terms of a horror movie. In terms of a normal movie, probably like a 9 out of 10 because the performances were also really good. There are a few like nitpicks, but I guess I don't even know. I think I give it a 10 out of 10 because even the nitpicks I have with the characters, they're set up that like these guys are they're all kind of assholes and they're all kind of stupid, right? So I guess it's understandable that someone like Ian would act in that way. So I guess that's also okay. So I give it a 10 out of 10 then. I really like this movie and I recommend it. And if people are laughing, it's probably this new Minions thing where they play the Minions at the same time. So that could be part of it too. Thanks guys.